The most important question I ever got was, what is your legacy? Not a material legacy, but if life stops here, how do you want to be remembered? What is that energy? How do people see you? This podcast series is a result of that question, what is my legacy? A phoenix is burning itself on a funeral pyre and rising from the ashes with renewed youth to live through another cycle. This fertile ash is filled with phoenix frequencies of compassion, love, forgiveness, intuition, wisdom, generosity, resilience, creativity, and evolution and involution. I've been in the ashes. I give voice to my phoenix. I share how I pioneer with ease. That's a lifestyle, a choice. I'm Nienke van Bezooyen, and I welcome you to listen and invite you to rise. Welcome to the Phoenix Frequencies. This week I facilitated a Heart Ambassadors call celebrating the 7th birthday of the Fiera Foundation. I invited all on the call to look back 7 years from where we are now. Where were you? How was your life? Well, 7 years ago I worked hard to get somewhere as an entrepreneur, based on proving myself, pushing aside the grief of not having my Grand Emma in my life anymore. I joined the field of peace. I worked with Sandra Epstein's Ayurveda essences. I thought I belonged to an international group. I had also convinced myself what weren't my skills, so I needed to avoid them at all costs. I searched to team up, but always compromising. And compromising I confused with being at service. And little did I know, it would take another couple of years spiraling down, swirling to the black hole of total depletion before I could change. No matter how many personal development courses or books I digested, I forgot to turn the real key. I forgot to cut the crap. A crab belonging to the largest groups of marine arthropods, protected by their shields. And they walk sideways on 2 legs, their sharp claws like scissors in front of them. But when their shields get uncomfortable because they grow, they are smarter than most humans. They look for a safe, quiet place, for example under a rock or shell. They shed the shield that has grew too tight and grow a new one that fits where they are now. And what do humans do when life gets uncomfortable? We don't like change, so we stick with what we know, what served us in the past. When we feel mentally, emotional, physically, or spiritual, we need to move on to what is suitable now. We prefer to cling on to what we know. But even if we work harder, proving that the old is still fitting where we feel more comfort, we put more effort in, and we often prefer the ostrich instead of the crab. We don't like to cut the crap. We continue to walk sideways to avoid whatever is on our path. We don't shed to help or support our personal and real growth. We keep pushing. And if it gets too painful, we kill the pain with painkillers, comfort food or drinks. We keep avoiding what supports us, spending time with what we feel safe with, from within, being under that safe rock. When did you feel fully safe, free and at ease within yourself? So are you able to find your new neutral fitting coat yourself? It are rarely the external circumstances that create the pain or the unrest. It's within us. And of course we have our protection mechanisms to blame others for experienced pain, stress and discomfort. But you can stop it by becoming real and cut the crap. From there, you have 2 options. You feel sorry for yourself or your phoenix. Shed your shield from crap to crab. Stop moving sideways. Go straight to growth. I had convinced myself in the past, after what felt like being a failure, I stopped managing techniques and detailed work in my public speaking coaching. because I was convinced I would be always a failure. But when I was asked recently to take an important part with responsibilities that were potential a risk to harm others, I did it. I realized I transformed. At least I could try. It was a great win because I did it. It still isn't my favorite, but it turned out going really well. In 2022, I closed some doors in my old working field, putting another limiting belief in living my truth. I thought I had embraced radical change, but I forgot to cut the crap. Do I want to do what I did for so long? Maybe. My way of being with it, what I do, has transformed. I've grown into my new way of what I was, and I'm good at it. I'm enjoying it. I left compromising behind. I left limiting stories, what I can't do anymore, under the rock and shed it off. I'm not afraid to see my potential anymore. And still, current limitations. But I can look into the mirror of life and see where I think things are reality. I see the limiting beliefs and a joyous opportunity to cut the crap and free myself. Live a grown life. Not always rosy, but at least crap-free. I can embrace with compassion the me who can be doubtful. I can give a warm, encouraging smile to myself if my first steps are wobbly. But most of all, I am always curious where I can continue to trim the crap of my old patterns. Crap is like dust. You can clean it off. But if crap will cover you, it will stagnate your growth. It will trouble your vision and feed your limiting beliefs, self-absorption, self-sabotaging structures, shame and blame buttons. Crap recognition and taking responsibility for it to shed and grow is embracing the courage to rise.